Here we have a tricky team scenario with a lot of people involved. So I want to unpack this carefully by looking at what everyone will probably be thinking and what I would do in this situation. Before I get to the other team members, I want to quickly talk about myself and my role. I have a responsibility as a team member to hand in and do my job on the university assignment. That's my job as a student. Or there might be a leader here of the team. At the same time, I can't just ignore the problem. And if the leader's not stepping up, then I do have to step up and try and work towards a solution. At the same time, I've got to acknowledge my limitations. If I can't work this out myself, I'm going to have to seek help from the university. So now let's quickly look at the other team members, so the ones that are not involved in the conflict. Now, what are they thinking? They're probably going to think, I just want to hand in a good assignment so that I can get a good mark for the subject and work towards my degree. And so they're probably very annoyed at this situation and very irritated. Understandably, they're probably thinking, oh, I'm going to have to pick up the work from these two members because they're refusing to work with each other. So what I would do in the situation with these two members is, away from the other two people, just talk about the issue, hear what everyone's opinions are, and try to come towards a common solution. I'd hope that we work towards a solution that we talk to these two members privately, individually, and that's an important point because we don't want to criticize the team members in front of the team. That's not constructive. In my experience, it's definitely not been constructive. For example, a service project, we went to a remote island of Vanuatu working on a high school, and I was managing a team of about 20 people. Unfortunately, one member of the team was lagging behind, and the rest of the team chimed in, and a few members of the team insulted him and criticized him in front of the team. The next few days, the guy didn't show up for work. So it can be very detrimental, and we have to approach these matters with a lot of sensitivity. So now let's look at the two members who are in the conflict, and my approach to each of them I think will be quite similar. Now, what are they thinking? Now, they're probably thinking that the other person is very hard to work with. And I've got to understand that they've got a reason for this. They're not just irrational, or at least I shouldn't assume so. And there's a bunch of reasons why they wouldn't want to work with another person. Maybe they think the other person's lazy, or maybe that person has hurt them in the past, or maybe they find it difficult to work with because they have a certain habit, or they work with a certain computer program that they don't like. For whatever reason, they've decided not to work with them. Now, when I approach them, I want to be very open, very friendly, very transparent in my communication, and I just want to ask for their side of the story, hear them out. What are their griefs? What are their worries? Why are they so angry? And just see where they're coming from. I want to make sure that they feel heard. And hopefully at this point, this will resolve the situation. In my experience, if people don't like each other, especially in a work setting, it's usually because of a simple misunderstanding and nothing really sinister. For example, one of my friends didn't talk with me for a few years, and the only way we resolved this issue was when we both worked out that there was a stupid, minor misunderstanding that we overlooked. Once I've talked to my friends, my team members, I'll try and persuade them gently that they should probably go and approach the other person and apologize for whatever may have happened, and try to work towards building a relationship again. Most times, this will resolve the issue. Now, if this doesn't help, then I'm going to have to seek help formally from the university. But it's always good practice to try and resolve these problems within yourself at a local level before reaching out to formal avenues. I would approach a subject tutor, explain the situation, and trust that the university has processes and people in place to manage these sort of situations. In the meantime, while the university is sort of addressing this issue, we still have to complete this assignment. I'm assuming that we haven't received some kind of exemption, and so we're going to have to crack on, the rest of us. And instead of seeing this as a negative, I see it as a positive. It's going to be challenging because there's less of us and more work to do, but we should be able to strive and deliver this presentation. I'm reminded of one of my favorite basketball players, Kevin Durant, in a recent interview where he got into a spat with the opposing team member. He said, I'm paraphrasing here, that I'm not going to let this back and forth get between my success and the team's success. And so it's important to let go of grudges if we're going to work in a team.